5:02.
Hey everybody,
Hello.
sorry we're a little late. We had picture problems.
We never have picture problems. You know what we forgot? You know what I think we're missing?
What?
Let's see. Let me see.
Oh my god. Our intro song. Sorry, there's no picture montage.
This is really high tech.
Hey, more sunshine.
Wow.
Raise the roof.
No. Oh, that's
Okay.
right. We only play.
We need to get some alcohol into our system. Just a little bit. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly, everyone.
Cheers.
Kaya and Juno in the house. Hey guys,
Hey
welcome.
guys.
Who is here, Gregory? Guzzle that down.
Yeah, and that is alcohol, actually.
It is not.
It is alcohol. It's actually
Dilly dilly.
Kraken black rum mixed with orange Budweiser. What?
What a combination.
I know, but it tastes pretty darn good. I don't know what you'd call it, but
I haven't even had that yet. So why don't we welcome who's here for now, Gregory?
we'll have a drink. So
Dilly
we got
dilly.
Kaya and Janu in the house. We got Paul Wilgus. Oh, Robert Brandt. Thanks for coming on, Robert. We know you're busy. You know, I was explaining what was going on and stuff, so we know you're busy, but thank you for coming on to our show. William Lindgren. Awesome.
Oh,
Everybody, welcome.
That's the first, I believe, for William.
Robert's not busy. Okay. Well, pull up a chair and get a drink, Robert.
So who else, Greg? So what else, as I'm trying to get on to the chat too,
Oh, he's just off the island. Okay.
what's going on? What's been going on this week for you?
For me?
Yeah. No, for the neighbor.
Well, I'm busy looking at this. Have finished my training at my job, but nobody wants to know about that. No one cares. It's supposed to be fun stuff. So, but that's what I did. So, but everything's going good with that, and we keep getting different information about Disney updates and stuff. So, we'll go into some of that.
Part of our news. So, yes, that's very good. So, those of you guys who are new to us, welcome. We are D&G Explorers. I am Derick.
And I'm Gregory.
And this episode is going to be about our Disney parks. So we've been going live every week on Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And this week we're going to be doing parks, Disney parks topics. Next week we're going to be doing the cruise topic. So we're looking forward to that. We are going to be doing for next week how we book for our rooms, how we plan, and a little bit about maybe what's the best room to get, at least from our standpoint, what we experience. So, hey, are we on? Are we live?
So, couple updates. I have a source. Basically, it's someone that works for Disney. And I was chatting with them. What?
Don't tell.
I was chatting with them a little bit yesterday. And they said that Bugs Life is well underway of being demolished, basically. So they did close down It's Tough to Be a Bug, I think in March or June. March, okay. So that's been gone for a while, but they're slowly demolishing everything else for Bugs Land at Disney's California Adventures to make way for whatever they're going to call it yet. I guess they can't legally use the word Marvel, because Universal Studios also uses Marvel characters, and I guess they own the rights to use it for their park, even though Disney owns Marvel Studios for the movies. So we don't know what they're going to call it. And then you were also going to talk about something with Star Wars Land.
Yeah, actually I have a little list going here. Bear with me. I'm in, finally. Yes. I'm in. Yes. So a little bit about what's going on for me this week.
Awesome, Robert.
Someone has a birthday. Say hello to all the people at Fatty's in Red Hook, St. Thomas.
Hey everybody at Fatty's in Red Hook, St. Thomas. Thank you for watching.
Guys. Thank you.
Dilly everybody.
How is the weather over in St. Thomas? Is it humid? Is it cold? It won't be cold.
I think it would be just perfect. I mean, is that even a question? I'm jealous that we're not even over there right now. All I hear is good things about St. Thomas. So we will be there in December.
That's right.
And we'll be able to see for ourselves. I guess we have some fun things planned, or we were talking about doing some fun things. So we'll see what happens. So what was the...
I have a birthday. Once
Yes,
a
you
year, I have
do.
a birthday.
It's his birthday.
So I
Coming up Saturday.
I am partying in Vegas with
Excuse me.
my mom.
Yeah, I'm not going this time. Wah wah.
So yeah, this Saturday is my birthday, and I'm going to be going with my mom. We're going to be going just for a few days, but a chance for just some mother and son time. So we are looking forward to that. Always have a good time in Vegas.
But we'll do something fun when you get back.
Yeah,
of course.
definitely.
So
It'll be a good
not
time.
as fun as Vegas, but we'll do something.
Yes. Some other things that happened this week: the Buffalo Bills won.
Woohoo!
They actually won. So, yes.
Good
Buffalo.
morning, Ann Jordan. I know it's
Yes.
morning for you, and it's going into the evening for us. Thank you for joining.
I don't think you said hello to Alpha Traveler 1.
I just saw it. I'm
yes.
just seeing everybody. So thank you, Alpha Traveler,
Yes.
for coming on to the
Thank
show.
you, Kenny. Sandra D's here. Sandra D's Adventures. Thank you, Sandra D. She's just starting her cruise videos. So we're looking forward to that. I saw the first one that you just released. So thank you, Sandra D, for stopping by.
So, Crazy Rich Guy Travels, I'll just say they said it's humid. We'll just keep it at that. Excuse me, Robert Brandt said, where in Las Wages? Las Vegas.
We stay at New York. That's our hotel. We're part of the M Life Club, so we get comped rooms.
Thank you, Sandra, for stopping in.
So we stay there. It's our favorite. It's the most casual one for us. We
Hey,
just
Cargo.
like the atmosphere of it. Cargo, hello. Yeah, so we should be fun.
Yeah.
It's always fun to get away with my mom. She's my drinking buddy. She knows how to handle her liquor.
I know how to handle my liquor too. When all three of us go, we have a really fun time, and we usually stay at New York. We like it just because of the atmosphere, and it's right at the beginning of the newer part of the strip. For those of you that don't know, it's right across from MGM Studios, and it's like you're walking in New York. And I'm from
MGM
New York.
Studios. I think you said MGM Studios.
Well, MGM
Casino.
Hotel, you know what I meant. But I'm from New York. I don't remember it. I was too young, but I would like to visit it, But it's really cool. And they have a nice, cool roller coaster. I think we've only been on it one time. Scared the you-know-what out of us. But
Yeah.
we will dare to go on it again sometime, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Excuse me.
I'm looking at some of
Yes,
the comments here.
Robert Brand, I agree. New York
Come
is
on,
very
people, they're
nice.
perfect. I see. Want to see 13
And then we
thumbs
just
up.
take the tram to other places that we want to go to. So we have a good time.
Welcome Antonio Mendez as well as Cruising with Wills.
Yes,
they
thank
joined
you.
Two of our non-Disney ones. So welcome,
Yes.
guys.
We
Speaking,
were watching your show last night, Cruising with Wheels. So it was pretty funny. You guys were on the
it
train.
was Frank.
Yes, Frank. So you guys were on the train, and your story was kind of hilarious. But I'm glad you had a good time.
A little bit more about that, because we got a nice little surprise sent to us. So we'll talk a little bit more about that.
Yes,
but-
please like and subscribe. Get the word out.
So I think that was all the latest news. Celebrating my birthday in style in Vegas. So some of the news that we have going on this week, since this is our Disney themed show, Halloween nights at Disneyland. 17 nights that they offered this year, starting, I believe it was
Gone.
September 17th, I think might have been the first one.
Yep.
It's gone.
Sold out.
It is sold out. All 17 dates are sold out. So if you wanted to go to the after hours Halloween party at Disneyland, you might have to see it with us next year, because we still haven't gone yet.
Yeah.
But we're planning on going next year
Yeah,
for that.
we want to. We have done the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party at Walt Disney World before, and that was fun. And it was like the first one, so it was like, what, September that we went,
Yeah.
something like that. No, not September. It couldn't be because that would be during Halloween time. So it would have had to have been, I think, November. It was one of the I think it was the very first one that they had at Magic Kingdom.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
We were
because
sweating.
they were not going to do Christmas and Halloween at the same time.
Yeah, we were sweating and we were laughing because we were celebrating Christmas and we were sweating in the heat of Florida. Yeah, that was cool. So also along those lines is Galaxy's Edge, which is the Star Wars themed land, is coming to both Disneyland and also the hold on, let me finish this. To Disneyland, that's where it's going, and then in Hollywood Studios in Walt Disney World. It is going to be serving alcohol. So that might not be big news for people in Florida, because in all the parks there you can drink alcohol. Although I don't think you can still in the Magic Kingdom. But at Disneyland, Walt Disney never wanted it to consume alcohol. He thought it would disrupt, get drunk people in there, and it would ruin the family atmosphere. But they are going to actually have it in Star Wars Land at the Cantina. It's going to be serving alcohol. Now, they already do that at Disney California Adventures. They serve alcohol all over the place there. But they have not done it yet at Disneyland. So when it opens in 2019, it's going to be serving alcohol. So, Gregor, what do you think about that? Are you upset about it?
Well, I like my alcohol. I love my alcohol. I'm not an alcoholic or anything, but I like to drink alcohol. Because Star Wars is in Disneyland, and Walt Disney didn't want alcohol in that part. I know times have changed. I'm kind of mixed. I'm on the fence. Yes, I would want them to have alcohol, and no, I wouldn't. It's a cantina, so that does make sense. So I guess I'm yes and no. No, because I like that Disneyland's the original, and you walk in and you get that feeling, and I just don't want that to be taken away. And then yes, because I like alcohol and it's a cantina, so I think it'll work. So, I'll say yes and no, but
what do you guys think?
Way.
What do you guys think? Put in the comments below. I actually am fine with it. That was back in the 60s when Disneyland was built in 1955. It's in the 60s when 66 was when Walt Disney passed away. Times have changed. So I think if they serve it at Disney California Adventures and most of the other Disney parks, why not?
So Kevin says the alcohol helps the adults deal with the children. And Cargo, you were saying, where are we at? You didn't know Kevin or Frank. They are from Cruising with Wheels, and they have their own YouTube channel. It's a really cool channel. They have a lot of funny stories and funny videos. It's a lot of fun to watch them. So if you get a chance and you have some time, go ahead and watch them and subscribe to them and get the word out for them as well.
Yeah.
So they're really cool.
Yeah. What's really cool, just looking at the chat, there's our Disney fans, our Disney fans,
Wow.
as well as the cruise fans, which is awesome. This is what we wanted when we were doing the channel, is to have as many different people together. I think it's great. It helps us learn the different things that people might not be aware of. So
Robert said, think how fun Goofy is after a drink or two.
I don't even want to imagine. What about Daisy,
I'll
that
leave
diva?
that comment alone. Oh yeah, there is a video floating around on Facebook where Daisy's a total diva. The person, Daisy, I'll say, she's going, to the back, and she had some attitude. She was sashaying and swishing around and everything. So it was
funny.
pretty hilarious. So if you guys get a chance, it's even on YouTube. You could just YouTube like Diva Daisy or something. I'm sure it'll come up.
Yeah. So we solved a mystery, you guys, which was a big mystery. Our letters are backwards. We finally realized our letters are backwards. They're not typed that way, but I did some research on it, and I found out why. Do you know why, Greg?
Because it's mirroring us the wrong way.
They actually did an update, and I guess, I don't know if it affects, we use Apple, so it affects the iOS, but when YouTube upgraded their system, it reversed it when it was live. Facebook, apparently you can switch it around before you go live, so it looks the normal way. They can flip it, but you can't do that on YouTube. So we're coming up with that. We're actually going to get a microphone. We're going to do a camera for our computer. So that's going to fix it a little bit, but that's the mystery behind it. We thought it might be our phones, that there could be an error with it, but it's nothing wrong with the Apple phones. It's just the way the YouTube had adjusted it. So I thought that was pretty interesting on that. Another thing that we want to do. What's that?
I was trying to text back to Robert and I put river. I don't like auto text.
So one of the things we want to do, guys, first of all, one of the channels here we have on is our support channel. It's More Sunshine Please. ECDEV is...
No, these aren't from Bruce. These are ours.
They're associated with each other, but More Sunshine Please is our support channel. So what does that mean, really? It's a channel that we've actually talked like once a week and just try to help each other's channels out. Maybe a little bit of what we can look at to help each other grow. But one of the things that we did that we want to continue to do is we want to help other channels. Now, Alpha Traveler 1 with Kenny, as well as Rob Fuzz, they do a channel called Drop That Rope. And it's really to help small channels. We want to be in that light too, because after we're coming up on our first year, and we want to be a channel, we know how the experiences getting that first year under our belt, the challenges that we had to face, and we want to be a channel that other people can, and we can help support them too. So that's our long-term goal with this, and we've been trying to figure out ways to get better with that. Thank you, Jim from More Sunshine Please. If you guys haven't had a chance to check his channel out, please do that. He's a really cool guy. He's got a great family. And one thing that we want to start doing to you guys is shout out to you. So now during this time, you guys, if and Lalito Loca does this, if you guys are a cruising or a creator, if you guys are a creator, please write creator in the chat. If people are watching this later on the replay, check these channels out. But there's so many channels on here. There's very good channels, and we want to give you guys the credit too. So please put creator in there so we can check you guys out. Subscribe to each other. Show each other some support and some love, and we want to start doing this going forward. Well, it's Corey Fiasco. Welcome, Corey Fiasco. He's also another one.
More Sunshine Please said to cut me off. How dare you? This is one drink. What are you talking about?
Another thing we want to start doing, you guys. Oh, well, actually, on that note, it's awesome getting recognized by other channels. It makes us feel so good to get recognized. Cruising with Wills messaged us earlier on our D&G Explorers page, a Facebook page, and told us that,
that was
we
awesome,
are going to be recognized. They're doing a video tomorrow. It's called Cruising with Friends. Not sure really what they're going to do, but I know Traveling with Bruce is going to be mentioned, as well as us. So thank you, Frank and Kevin, for mentioning us.
You said present.
That's coming out tomorrow on Thursday, so check them out. But we just, again, we want to thank you. You know, we've been here a year, and we feel like we've made so many friends on there. So that's one of the best things that can happen with Facebook.
Only one, Paul.
Or YouTube.
I've only had one.
It doesn't take much, believe me. Some of the comments that we want to start featuring too.
Depends how strong they are.
We're going to add mail. We do have a P.O. box. It's in our channel page. We're going to link it down at the video too. We have a P.O. box. It'd be great to hear from you guys.
Thank you, Cargo. That's cool.
If you want to send us postcards where you're from, I'm planning on getting a photo book to put the different postcards in so we can keep them and look at them. I think that would be fun. And then we're going to mention them on the show. If you want to send Greg a Speedo, because we do have that Speedo challenge that we're working on for December Bliss Cruise. And I know Thomas Henry said he wanted photos of it.
What?
So we'll get into that a little bit more.
I don't know about sending these photos to people. He's even putting a petition out. That's a little scary. I don't think people want to see me in a Speedo that bad.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Well, we're working hard at it. Before we start reading the comments, we're working hard at it. We like to talk about this mainly during our cruise segment of it, because that's what we're working for, to get Speedo shape.
You're the one that started this. Now you got everybody wanting to hear about it on every show.
So I lost another half pound, so I'm down to 150.5.
Just give him another drink. Thanks, Frank.
So part of the things is I know that I played a lot of football growing up, and now as I'm getting older, my hips are starting to work against me a little bit. So I'm trying to find
You're all
unique
right.
ways to tone up my core. So like yesterday, I was doing like compromising positions.
What the? You were. Yep, I walked in, I got home, and let me tell you, he was in some compromising positions, everybody. That's one for the books. That's hilarious.
Oh my God, did I just say that?
You sure did.
I was stretching. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I don't think anything I
We'll
can
go
say.
with that, everybody. We'll go with that.
I don't think anything I can say is going to...
Paul said you're both cut off. He's the one in compromising positions.
Oh my God, did I just say that? Anyway, I don't think I can say anything. So
More
anyway...
sunshine, please. Say, what kind of stream? Like, wait, what kind of live stream is this? It's the fun kind. We're family friendly, but we like to have a little fun.
Yeah, so...
That was a slip up, but it was funny.
That was a slip. I'm getting all sweaty now thinking about that.
Yeah.
Not thinking about it.
Wow. You're getting sweaty thinking of compromising positions. Let's just leave that alone.
Let's move on. So we're just going to drop it. I don't think I can say anything
They're all
else
saying, don't talk, Derek. Fargo said, oh my. Fargo said, Derek, what was on your mind? What
I don't know. Look at comments. I think I saw some. Sherry Seekus came in. Hello, Sherry Seekus.
Robert,
thank you for saving us.
Robert said, let's play safe on a cruise and do board shorts.
There you go.
I don't know how safe that one is either, but we won't go there.
All right, so now let's go to the comments and forget about the training.
It's all good fun. The training.
Yeah, to get in that shape, to what we're doing to get into shape.
Steve's World, I'm laughing so hard. You guys are great. It's fun stuff. Don't worry about it.
All right, so
that's as bad as the things I say at work when I punch in codes. They don't come out right, and I start busting out laughing.
Hopefully at Fatty's restaurant in St. Thomas, which we are live. So hello, guys. Dilly. Hopefully they didn't either get sick over their food or spit their drinks out, like Kevin
Frank.
Did. Kevin
was it
did.
Frank or
Kevin from Cruising with the Wills did.
Yeah, he said he spit his cocktail out last time.
I think it was. That
Kevin. Was hilarious.
All right, so some of the notes, you guys, we want to start mentioning this.
Whether was laughing so hard she's crying.
Whether it's from Facebook Messenger, from our D&G Explorers Facebook page, whether it's comments from the videos, we want to start recognizing you guys. So please feel free to comment. But some of them.
More sunshine, please. Said, hang on, I gotta get my kids out of the room. If I'm gonna continue with this stream. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. So we did a video which was a mega tag from Rob Fuzz. I hope you guys had a chance to see that. It's a mega tag top 10 Disney, and there is no real formula on it. We challenged 3 channels. We challenged Just Out and About, More Sunshine Please, and Disneyland Eric. But there's a lot of people that responded on our comments page, and we challenge you guys who are watching to do your own and link it with Rob Fuzz, because he was the original guy that did it. So mega tag at Rob Fuzz.
And if you guys haven't subscribed to any of those channels, please subscribe and support them.
Definitely. So they're all on board. It might take some of them a little bit longer.
Yes, welcome to our stream.
Paul Wilgus, the fatties is used to the twins, so it's all good. All right, so some of the things like More Sunshine Please. He said, challenge accepted, gentlemen. Now I need to do the following: props, an assortment of hats to wear in my video, and a list. Should be fun. So looking forward to it. And then we heard later from Dawn from Just Out and About, and Disneyland Eric last night let us know that they're going to be doing it. We also received comments from Steve's World, Tom Henry, Sandra D's Adventures, Rob Fuzz, Kyle's Vlog, Ridiculous, which I wonder if their page is from Harry Potter. Ridiculous. The spell. I don't know. Pirate Princess Red, This Life of Ours. They want to see Gregory's popcorn bins, or the collectible things that we talked about. So we're going to show that on the Halloween show that we have coming up. And then we also heard from Mark Out Loud. We also on D&G Messenger, a new subscriber, Tony Sands, said, just watched your guys' video. First time on a Disney cruise. Loving your videos. Me and my better half will take our first Disney cruise in 23 days. It's a Halloween high seas adventure out of San Diego. Keep up the great work, guys. You guys are a hoot. Well, after tonight, I guess we might be even more of a hoot. So, a few things about that. It's cool to see, hear people going on their first cruise. It has to be on the Wonder because that's the only one that goes out of San Diego. But thank you, Tony Sands, for joining us. And again, we'd like to hear from a lot more of you guys too. So thank you. We really appreciate all the support. If we can, it would be awesome for us to get up to 400 subscribers. We have 13 days left before we released our first video last year. And I believe we have 26 subscribers to go. So that would be a fun goal. If we don't get to it, we're not upset. We're very happy with the subscribers that we have, but it would be awesome for us to get up to 400 but in the next 13 days. So thank you, everyone. All right, so Greg, we kind of took a step back away from all this. What are some of the comments?
We're just having fun. Some of them I'll leave alone. Talking about how Fatties is used to the twins. Nothing they say or do will bother them. You know, the twins are pretty fun, so I like everybody that's here. So I know I said it in here, but I appreciate everybody we both appreciate everybody that's on here and supporting us. So it's a lot of fun.
Definitely, yes, we do. All right, so we got that out the way. We got that out the way. We got that.
Hey, Tracy Dunlap, you're not late. You
Never
might have missed some interesting comments before,
compromising comments.
but you can watch that on the playback.
All right, so about halfway through the show, so pretty good timing so far. Hope everyone's enjoying the show.
Oh, are we on a timer? I didn't know we were on a timer.
We're always on the timer. You never know. So our segment today is going to be Disney parks on a budget. Should you stay on property or should you stay off property? We've experienced both, yeah. So there's a lot of different ways. So we're going to kind of go through more for our perspective and what we learned. But there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. You can even rent a house off-site. One of our friends does that. They were travel agents, but we met them on the Disney Dream, Chris and Catherine. They will rent out houses for the week, which is the price of like $100 a night. So if you split it up, so there's some good deals with that, but we're not really going to go into that. I want to get some more information from that, and maybe we can have them on the show even to talk about that. But we're mainly going to stay is, you think about Walt Disney property, they have like 20 something resorts. It's 43 square miles of property. You would think that because it's Disney, it's going to be more expensive. Mm-hmm. But when you add up everything that you need, the question is it worth it to stay on Disney property, or is it better to stay off of it? So outside the 43 square miles, there's a lot of different hotels that you can choose. There's even non-Disney hotel sites on the Disney property. So you have a lot of different options to do it, and that's a little bit about what we are going to be talking about today. So
okay.
No, you're good.
I was gonna say, as far as Disneyland, the only place I've stayed at was Paradise Pier. When we usually go to Disneyland, we'll stay off, the grounds off site. We'll stay at the hotels around. So Paradise Pier was okay when I went. I think it's a little overpriced for what you get. I mean, it was a fun experience, but I would prefer just the regular, hotels around that area. For Walt Disney World, though, we have stayed at Pop Century, which for a value hotel, it's actually a pretty fun hotel. We stayed at the Port Orleans Riverside. Now that was very nice. For us anyway, we're
common.
Excuse me. No, we're not common, but we have to take time to save up money and things like that. So when we got to go there, you appreciate it more, and it was really nice. It had a big, huge water mill thing, kind of like what you see on on a riverboat. So that really added to the ambience. You can take the river ride down to no, well, they call it Disney Springs now, but it's their version of our downtown Disney. And I always like taking the water transportation anyway. That's probably my favorite transportation for the parks. And then we've also stayed at the was it the Laguna Beach Hotel or something like that?
Oh, you mean off property?
Yeah, that was off property.
We stayed at the Bahama Bay Resort, which is in Lake Davenport.
It was.
I think it's Lake Davenport.
It was what, like 900 for 7 days. It was like we got a good deal at that point.
It was about $100 a night.
Yeah, so it was the size of a condo. You have your washer dryer. You have a full kitchen,
We'll talk about that a little bit.
Full living room.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just getting into it, so.
So some of the comments, Cruising with Wills. Kevin was there for the 25th anniversary and stayed off property. The travel agent screwed up. It's so worth it staying on property. Alpha Traveler, I like staying at the Hilton by Disney Springs. It gives you the extra magic hours too with the Hilton service and guest rooms. Yeah, I saw one of the people that we watch, they're British, they stayed at the Hilton too, and it looked like a pretty good resort, and they also had the same kind of amenities like the early hours, which I thought was pretty cool for that. I love the boats. So yeah, I've also, in addition to that, we've never stayed at a deluxe hotel. We stayed at either the moderate ones. I've also did the Caribbean Beach Resort and Coronado Springs. The view on this is, say someone's never gone to Walt Disney World before and they want to experience it and they want to go maybe as cheap as possible. Now, we would do things a lot differently now because we know how long it takes and we want to do things extra, but we wanted to keep it down as little possible as we could. So this itinerary options that we chose might not be for everyone, but we figure if you still want to experience Walt Disney World, this is the way that we went. So we just to throw in a time, the prices that I looked up were from January 12th through January 19th, 2019. So the January 12th through the 19th, 2019. Which was a Saturday through a Saturday. And the property is so big, you definitely need extra time. One, you need some recovery time on that too. So we looked at it as Saturday being a travel day. For us coming on the West Coast, we don't have the luxury of getting to the park, traveling and going into the parks that one day, because by the time we get there, it's like 5:30 at night, sometimes even later. And we rather just relax and get ready for the next day, or we go to Disney Springs, which is a shopping area in Disney. But we looked at doing a 5-day, 1-day park hopper, 5-day, 1 park ticket. And we chose that because that way you're not feeling rushed around. Now we would choose the park hopper.
One park a day, basically.
We would choose a park hopper because we love to go from one park, like from the Epcot. We like to take the monorail over
Get
to
more out of your
Magic
time.
Kingdom. But we just figured if people are just trying to get a taste of it, you could either do a 4-day park hopper or a 5-day park. So I keep saying park hopper. 5-day, 1 park, or 4-day, 1 park. So we looked at it this. So Saturday you would be a travel day. Sunday you would be in a park. Monday you would be in a park. Tuesday, because you're walking around, you're going crazy, is a rest day. Enjoy the resort. You're staying at a Disney resort. Any of them are going to be nice. Enjoy the pool, but a day to relax. Maybe if you want to go to downtown Disney, there's a bus shuttle that will take you there.
So Cruising with Will said they stayed at Dixie Landing and it was nice and loved the Beach Club Resort. I haven't been to any of those.
Dixie Landing is now Port Orleans.
I've never heard of Dixie Landing.
They changed the name. It's now Port Orleans Riverside, and then there's Port Orleans.
Oh, that's the one that we went to.
Yes.
That was pretty nice.
Then. There's a French Quarter, so they've just changed the name.
That was
of
a nice
it, but
one.
it's the Dixie Landings one. Yeah.
Oh, little Oz Laurel, thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining us.
So then after you have a rest day on Tuesday, then you'd be going into the park on Wednesday and Thursday. Friday we left open because there's Universal Studios there. Definitely you have to see Universal Studios. Maybe you want to go shopping that day. Maybe you just want to relax. So then Saturday would be the travel day on it. So that's kind of what we looked at in terms of it. So now we stayed off-site at the Bahama Bay Resort, which took us probably, I believe it's Lake Davenport. You guys correct me if I'm wrong on that. I don't think it's just called Davenport. I think it's Lake Davenport. It's about 10-15 minutes off of Walt Disney World property. Now, I understand once you get to the property, it takes you about maybe 10-15 minutes to get to where you want, what park you want to go. But we stayed at the Bahama Bay Resort. They're I don't want to say they're timeshares, but they're owned houses. So you are basically renting them from people, but there's a company that takes care of all that for you. It depends when you go. When we went, it was about $100 a night, but it can range anywhere from, I'm looking at prices on here, it was $109 to $89. So it just depends on the time of the year that you go. We like to go during off season. January is a good time to go for that, so the prices are a little bit more reasonable.
I have to say that I just noticed, but my mom is on here, so hi Mom. My mom's watching, and thank you for joining us. I just saw that you were on, so.
Dilly dilly, Mom.
Yes, dilly dilly.
Mama Bethel. That's funny. So, we like the Bahama Bay Resort because it's a Bahama themed. The one thing we didn't like, they had potpourri in there, and we actually they have it everywhere to make it smell better. We ended up hiding it in a cupboard.
Which one was this?
The Bahama Bay Resort.
Oh,
because
I don't
the smell was so strong that we hid the potpourri because it was giving us a headache. Other than that, though, you have great amenities. There's a Target on the way to that we bought all the food that we needed.
It was like a three bedroom, 2 bathroom.
Yep, 3 bedroom, 2
with
bath.
With a full kitchen, full living room.
A little patio that was blocked.
Well, you could see the little lake that they had out there, too. Your mom loved it when we went and we left her all alone and it started raining. She said she just sat out there and listened to the rain and drank her cup of tea. So...
she didn't want to go with us. So it was really convenient having the wash there. Just basically, it's almost like you're living from home and you're going to the parks. We really enjoyed that. We did get a rental car, so that added to the cost. That is one of the downsides about staying off property is how are you going to get to the Disney parks? It was about $600 for us. And now again, the money can change depending on when you go and when you book it. There might be deals out there, but we added about another $600 for when we went. We had a minivan, but that's a lot easier for my mom to travel around. She'd prefer being the way she sits in a minivan. She'd prefer that, so that's why that was a little bit more expensive for us. But we love staying on it. But the biggest thing is you get from the airport, you have to get a rental car from the airport, and then drive to the Bahama Bay Resort. Another downside is when you go to the parks, you have to pay for parking. If you don't have a annual pass.
Well, they just started that recently. Not too long ago.
It's $22 to park in the Disney parks. Now, the benefit of paying one time, you can go to any of the parks there. But in this scenario, we're looking at doing 1 day, 1 park. So you have $22 additional that you have to add to the cost of staying off property and the rental car, in addition to the hotel. Now, some of the hotels have, and even this one, that sometimes they offer not a service charge, but a resort fee, and sometimes they don't. It just depends on the season, which I thought was kind of odd. I did look at another one. It was in Kissimmee. I think that's how you say it, or Kissimmee. I think it's Kissimmee.
It's Kissimmee.
Quality, or sorry, it was the Wingate by Wyndham in Kissimmee. $58 a night. That's pretty cheap. It also could be a little bit scary too. You don't know what you're going to be getting into that. So you can save a lot of money on that. And then if there's only 2 people, you're not going to need a minivan. You can do a rental. You're probably going to be able to go $300-400 on a car. But then again, you do have to have the pay to get into the park. So
well, I thought you were with the parking. I thought you were talking about, well, there's that, but I thought you were talking about when you stay at the hotel on site. Now they start charging you for that, though.
We haven't got onto site yet. On site.
Oh, well, I'm just bringing it up now.
So
when you're on site, they charge you for it now.
So Crazy Rich Guy Travels. It's called it's Wingate by Wyndham in Kissimmee. And it was $58 a night for that time. So it was like for 7 nights, it was $530, which is really good for a hotel for 7 nights. but then again, the quality of it, I'm not sure. It looks fun, but who knows? So staying
On
on
property.
property, it's, to be honest, you guys, I think it's a lot better to stay on property.
Well,
So your
I think
experience,
depending where you stay though too, because you might be paying a lot of money to be staying at a nice hotel, but are you really going to be enjoying everything there because you're going to be more focused on going to the parks and stuff?
well,
So unless you take a whole day to enjoy everything at your hotel.
but remember, correct, yes. In this whole scenario, it's for people who've never been, but they want to experience Walt Disney World and see what it is. So, and in their minds, they might not be expecting to see everything, but they want to get a taste of it. So that's why they're doing a one-day park.
They have a lot
or
to
one-day
cram
park.
in though too.
So the best thing about Disney is when you arrive at the Orlando International Airport, they will you can get on the Disney Magic Express, I believe, is the name of it, and that will take you from the hotel or from the airport to the hotel, and it's included in the cost of your package. So in a sense, it's, if you want to say it's free, you don't have to pay extra for that. And that's cool because your experience once you get on to that bus with the videos on there that they play on there, it really gets you going into it. When you first cross into Walt Disney World property and you see Walt Disney World sign, it's always like exciting to do that. And then once you get on Disney property, you don't have to worry about anything. And I see you smiling. So comments, let's look at some comments real quick before we go
No,
more.
some of those I can't reply. You just read them.
Family show, family show.
No, it's not bad. I'm just, I'm just.
We haven't looked at comments, so let's kind of go back through because I don't want to ignore.
Well, I've been looking at them.
Well, nice.
I've been thanking everybody for coming on here.
Great. Okay, thank you guys. So when you get to your hotel, beside the technology of that is awesome because you have a band, and the band is your room key. It's your access into the parks, and basically you go to the door.
You can
put
charge
your
things
little-
on it
looks like
too.
a
It's like a
watch.
credit card.
Yep, you put it in there, and your door opens up.
Just charge it with your wrist.
Now, the other cool thing is what they'll tell you is they'll ask what time are you going to be there, and your room will be ready for you. So you'll get a text message, and it'll say, this is your room number, and then you go to the room, and you're there. So by the time you get off the bus, you already have your room. You don't have to go to, unless there's some kind of issue, you don't have to go to guest services. You go straight to your room. Once you get on Disney property, you don't have to worry about transportation. The transportation will take you
I think it's more
anywhere.
secure that way. There's more security when you stay on property because everything is spread out, and most places have a gate that you have to go through, security gate and everything. So I think it's a lot safer that way too.
The charge thing. If you lose your band, I don't know how they replace it. If you're in the park, I know they can help you out at guest services.
It's by your doorknob, Robert.
You can.
So you have to get really close for that.
You can buy. We did that. I bought a Walt Disney one with the Walt Disney's image on it.
Or at stores.
Or stores, yeah. So you can even buy them yourselves. We like to do that just to collect them.
Well, I mean, you can put the thing at the register and you can just charge it that way. The scanner, so is at the stores also. And it's on your doorknob so you can get into your room.
Correct, yes. And you can charge, like if you go to the food court in the hotels, you can have that all charged to your room bill too. So it can be a little scary because you can add your souvenirs onto it. It can be a little scary. But again, it's the ease of what they do for you by staying on property. What else, Greg, that you want to add on that? So part of the cool things is if you're going for breakfast, what we always like to do is we go to the food court. Pop Century has a really good food court, and we get quick snack. They got everything. If you want fruit, if you want an actual meal, it's quick in and out to get your food and then go to the parks. It's probably a little bit less expensive than what you can actually buy inside the park, but it is going to be Disney prices. But that's a cheap little thing that you can do. Some people, if you have like a suite, some people will order like the groceries to go, and they'll have their room stocked. So that's one way that they can save too. we figured.
Hey, that empty nest life. Thanks for joining us.
Yes. One thing we thought about is there's so many good things at Disney. If there's one thing you're gonna do, should do, is invest in food, going to a good restaurant. Even a show like the Hoop-Dee-Doo Review is an awesome show. To
That one's fun. It's like
yeah.
interactive, and you get this huge piece of strawberry shortcake. Yeah, strawberry shortcake.
Yeah, all you
That's
can eat.
pretty
food.
good too, and it's all
Yeah.
you can eat with chicken and corn and potatoes and everything.
And depending where you sit, I believe it was around $75, give or take, the level that you're doing.
So Tracy Dunlap asks, "Hey D&G, do you ever get the meal package? Is it worth it?" We have never done the meal package before. For some people, it might be worth it. For others, it's not. We used to watch a vlog or listen to it was a podcast where they were saying what their worst and best restaurants were, and when you use your points or credits, whatever they call them, they said sometimes it's not worth the amount of credits that you're using because the food isn't that good. So we personally don't do that anyway. We just we try to do little things so that we can try different places and stuff, and then like have a nicer place to go to, like the Brown Derby. We did that one time, and that was a really nice restaurant. So it was really expensive, but it was nice.
Your mom's mentioning that about having a platinum charge. We could lend her so she can go.
No, we don't have a platinum charge. Sorry.
Yeah, but it definitely, I would, if you're gonna look at anything in Walt Disney World, I would definitely plan on doing some some good restaurants. The World Showcase has a lot of restaurants from the different countries, so definitely plan on doing that. So if you're gonna splurge a little bit, I would say save it for the dining, but you don't have to. You can go real cheap. It really just depends on how big your party is, but your meals can be anywhere around $15.
If you have kids, maybe that meal plan might be better for you because it constricts things more, so you're not spending as much outside of your limits. So it just depends on what you want to do.
I always say it's gotta be worth it for Disney to offer it, for them to be making money off of it. I know the top meal one, to me, is so there's so much food on there. I don't think I would eat that much, and because we don't really eat a lot all day anyway. We'll get like little snacks, but
especially during the Food and Wine Festival. But even that's pricey because you're trying little things as you walk around the countries, and it can be pretty expensive for what you get. But that's all the fun. That's part of the fun of it.
Empty Nest said we're going next week, and there was not a single room on property to be had. So we're staying in Bronson Quality, and a little nervous, but I'm sure it will be fine. That's what that's interesting. I wonder if it's because of the Halloween events that that they're so full. But I'm actually surprised about that there's no options. Well, I know we were looking at some for like Pop Century and they weren't available. I think that was in February, like around the middle of the month. I think it was just after Valentine's Day, and the Pop Century where we wanted to stay was not even available. So yeah, it depends when you're going.
Pop Century is a lot of fun. Just to give you an idea, if you've never been there, it is like a budget type of place. So what do they call them again? Value hotel.
Value.
So it's only a value hotel that we stayed at, but when you go through the lobby, on the main lobby wall, they have like the different decades, and as they go through them, you see things stuck on the wall that you might notice growing up with and things like that. So that part's pretty cool. And then the music, the theming, we stayed in the 50s, I think, both times. This last time we had a giant bowling pin that the stairs were engulfed in, so we had to go, through a giant bowling pin to get to our room. So it's just fun little things like that, and we're easy to please. So we don't necessarily need to spend a lot of money to have a good time. So, and it leaves you more money to have fun at the parks.
Correct,
and buy all those fun souvenirs that we don't need.
and to be honest, I was a little nervous because I never stayed at the Value. I was probably about 5 or 6 times in a moderate hotel, and I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy what the Value offered. And we were pleasantly surprised with the Pop Century. I think Greg might have said it, but we backed it up with the Disney cruise. And if you're going to do a Disney cruise, you don't want to
need
be spending a moderate
yeah.
size. I mean, if you can afford it, but we figured it would be better for us to stay at the Pop Century value one. It's a little bit more
We
than
have fun with
what
we
the
have.
other ones are, but it's not that much more, and we've enjoyed it both times. So yeah, there's like 4 other ones. There's like All Star Music, All Star
The animation.
Movies. That's another.
Oh, that's a
another
higher level.
It is considered a value one, but there are more family suites in there, and it's more on the level of Pop Century than the other ones, which were music. I forgot. Sports is another one of them. Movies.
Empty Nest Life said love Pop, and the whole takeout pizza at the food court is a deal. And then More Sunshine Please. It depends on the value resort. Yeah, we always go. I think the 2 times we've been there, we've always been close to the cafeteria area, or the whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, they call it preferred. So if you ask for a preferred room, it means it's closer to all the food and the buses, and they charge you a little bit more for doing that.
But it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. So
yeah.
I would like to do some of the nicer places, like the Wilderness Lodge, the Animal Kingdom Lodge, because I love animals. Polynesian. We did have tea time with Mom. Where was it at?
Oh, was that Grand Floridian?
The Grand Floridian, and we don't recommend that. You get these little tiny dainty sandwiches and little cups of tea, and it just wasn't worth the money. So it was a fun experience, but we do recommend the Hawaiian dinner.
Spirit of Aloha.
Spirit of Aloha. That was pretty fun. And that's when I was sick and was wearing this blue Hawaiian shirt where I would just stand out, and I was saying, please don't pick me, please don't pick me. And she came up and grabbed me and pulled me up on the stage, and I had to dance around and everything when I wasn't feeling well, but I still had fun. So I think I might have scared her a little bit too, but we had fun though.
Yeah. So to kind of summarize, and we talked about in more detail about what you have to pay on offsite. So really, once you get onto Disney property, what do you think the additional charges for you to do besides food, which you would have to do if you stayed offsite? There's really no other additional charge. If you want to rent a car, because what we'll do is for one day we'll go to Universal Studios and we get the 2-day park hopper or the 1-day park hopper for Universal. There is a car place by the Magic Kingdom that they'll pick you up at your Disney resort and take you over to the car place. You can rent out a car and then drive to where you go, and then the next day you return it, or how many days you want it, and then they drop you wherever you want to go. So if it's back at your resort, sometimes we'll be asked to go to like a park, depending on the time we're dropped off. So that's an additional option available too. But I can't really think of anything, because we talked about the other one, having a rental car to pay, the parking to pay, maybe a resort fee.
Well, if you're on site, you can use the minivan, which
additional charge.
Right,
though.
yeah, but it's a flat rate right now. But soon they'll be charging it like a taxi, so they'll be charging, by mileage, I guess. We don't know when that's going to start, but we're glad we were able to do that before they did that. I don't know if I would want to use that now that they're changing it, but we can always see what works best.
So we looked at Pop Century for a 4-day one park. So this includes a park hopper as well as a room for 4-day one park. It's $1,852 for at the All-Star Resort. I was trying to read my writing. And the other level of the All-Star Resort, it's a little bit cheaper. It's $1,730, so it's about $120 cheaper to stay at the All-Star Resorts instead of Pop Century. Staying at the Bahama Bay Resort, let's see what we got here for it. For quality suites, this is another one which is about $110, which is about the same as the Bahama Bay Resort. It was $1,053, not including the rooms, the prices for the room. I thought I wrote them down there. I failed.
Well, prices will change
It
from
will.
time to time, so this is just an idea of what the cost is anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, you're looking at about $800 additional. So it's about $1,800 for quality and suites. And then on top of that, you're going to have the rental car for a full size car. It's $439 for the week. The minivan was $545. So you're looking at about $2,300 staying offsite in comparison to on-site, which was about $1,800. So you would think it's more expensive to stay off-site, but when you add up everything that you need with the Disney experience, especially if you're there for the first time, I would say you definitely should think about staying on property. So, what do you guys think? What are your opinions? Would you prefer to stay? I know Kenny from Alpha Travel One said he likes the Hilton, I believe you said. What about the other guys? What would you rather do? Would you rather stay on property or off and get treated to the Disney way, which is immersed in it? I know what your mom would say. I know what your mama would say. So let's look at some more comments on here. Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate that for letting people subscribe to us, or asking people to subscribe for us.
Steve's World said, I think the experience of staying on property adds value. So it does. It adds value to your experience. So, and depending on where you stay, there's different amenities and things that, that they can do for you. So,
yeah.
I don't think it probably isn't as good as a cruise ship because they work, their butts off to make you happy, and knowing that they're away from their home and stuff, they do everything that they possibly can to make you happy and have a good time because they know it's your vacation and it's pricey on a Disney cruise and they know that. So I think they do an awesome job.
A&E Adventure is welcome. Figured I'd drop by since y'all tagged me.
Sherry Cruise, I have only stayed on property, Sherry Sea Cruise, sorry. I have only stayed on property, so I can't compare, but I love staying on property. The empty nest life, I prefer to stay on property when I can, but as an AP holder who drives, I'm okay to stay off property.
And there's benefits with that. I did that when we went to the Bahama Bay, so we didn't have to pay for the parking.
A&E's Adventures, I'd stay on property. I like the amenities and transport, but I also tend to stay moderate to deluxe. We haven't done a deluxe one yet, and I would at least like to do that once.
Robert Brand said on property if it's affordable. Yeah, there's so many different levels. The rooms for like the Pop Century, they were going for like $132 for just a standard room. You compare that to the moderate price, like the Port Orleans Riverside.
Thank you, Sherry.
You're looking at about $270, so it goes up quite a bit. Then you go up to the deluxe rooms, and you're easily looking up around $500, anywhere between $400 to $500. So there's a big jump to all that.
More sunshine. Off property is considerably cheaper though. In Alpha Traveler, Hilton at Disney Springs, I can get for $129, and it gives the extra magic and free bus to the parks. That's awesome.
Sherry Siku said, just call her Sherry.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. Thank you, Sherry.
Does Disney have gift cards? Disney has lots of gift cards. I actually, when I'm saving for a trip,
you can't use
or
them
for
internationally though.
a cruise, I will put money on to gift cards. It's Rob Fuzz. Hey, Rob Fuzz. We mentioned you earlier with the Mega
Rob
Tag.
Fuzz. Thanks for coming in.
Like if I'm going to go to Disneyland, I put money on a gift card, and I do that because that way I know I have money for Disney and I'm not spending it on things that I probably shouldn't be spending. So yeah, Disney definitely has the gift cards that you can do. And when we went on the cruise, I would go down there. I think I had like a $200 gift card that I had bought. I put it down on towards the room cost on it too. So they definitely have them, and they're very, very beneficial for to use.
I think it's better to do gift cards anyway, because if you put money on a gift card, then you're forced to only use it for Disney. If you don't, then you're going to be tempted to use your money before you even go on your trip, and then you're not going to have any money when you're on your trip. So I think that's a good idea that you've been doing that for a while now with us, and everything. So
Tracy Dunlap said, we like to stay on properties so we can go back and forth to the room, and it
Miss you also, Rob. Thanks for joining.
and it doesn't feel like going all day. I still feel like I'm not missing anything, which is a good point. It's quicker to, as big as Walt Disney World property is, if you're staying off-site, it's going to be a lot more time consuming to get back to your hotel, which means less time into the parks.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go.
I was going to say, Rob Fuzz got back from an awesome trip in Vegas.
He went live a few times.
Yeah, so we saw some pictures and some videos, so I hope you had a good time, and we're glad that you got back safe.
He says, the twin said, that guy to send you gift cards, you can give them away. Yeah, you can like re-gift them. Empty nest, yeah, a lot of people do that. We've never done that. We actually gave up the Target gift
Hey,
card.
Arjons, thanks for joining us.
Disney legend Arjons. If you use a red card at Target, you can save 5% on Disney gift cards. We buy them weekly. I hear that a lot, so that's very smart to be able to save money that way. Any adventures? If I just messed it up. Every time I go to Target, I get the $50, save 5%, and pull them together before we leave. So that's pretty smart to do that. Maybe I have to reopen my gift card. No. Christie's Corner. Have we welcomed her yet? I don't think we have we? Welcome, Christie's Corner.
Thank you for coming on
and
here.
This might be the first time you're on, so if it is, welcome. Plus, if you get them at Target, so a lot of people obviously are already doing that, so that's really, really good for that. Robert Brent, I want to take the 3 grandkids. They would have a blast. How old are they, Robert? Are they, you say like 4, 6, and maybe 3, I think you said?
They would have a blast at the parks or even on a cruise. There's so much to do for kids. I'm jealous of all the kids stuff that they get to do at the kids clubs and stuff. It seems more fun than what adults do some of the time. So
Ross Merrill Tour Services. Hey, howdy everyone. Hey, welcome. I think this is another first timer too, so thank you. Seeing a lot of different people on here. It's really great to see. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yes, thank you everybody.
So stayed at the Disney Swan Resort at Disney, but not on my dime. I had a work conference. That is an amazing resort. That's a non-Disney hotel.
At least
that's
your
on
job
there.
paid for it.
Yeah, 6, 5, and 3. Save it at Sam's
Awesome,
Club and
Robert.
you get the $50. Good stuff. Second time. All right. Well, second time. Thank you. Welcome. I feel stupid now.
Well, I mean, we're human, so there's so many nice, good people that come on our show. So it's hard to always keep track of everybody, but we do thank everybody for coming on here with us.
Yeah, so you guys check each other channels out. There's a lot of support on here. We want to help support your channels. So definitely look at each other's and support each other. Subscribe to them. I know Rob, Fuzz, and Kenny from Alpha Travel One do an awesome job about promoting other businesses, other YouTube
Dilly
channels.
Cargo.
Dilly. And everyone on here does the same thing. Oh, wow, that was a big one. That's my first one.
Oh my gosh. Is Rob still on here? He missed it if he's not.
Yeah. So, yeah, support each other, you guys. Let's all grow together. It's great to see us growing, and we've been growing, and so it's exciting to see. Ross Merrill Services, great Alpha, they're just talking back to each other. So, our next, let you know a little bit about what's coming up. We have a Halloween show that we're going to do the 10th of October. We're going to go black on Halloween night because it's Halloween night. So we're going to do on the 10th, since we rotate one week Disney information, the next week we do cruise. We're going to do a Halloween one. Now, I really want this guy to dress up because he looks really good in makeup. And, well, not that kind of makeup.
That doesn't sound right. Don't be giving away my secrets. No, I'm joking.
He should be like a
makeup artist?
Yeah, for Halloween creatures, not just to be putting makeup on. He should be, because he does some really awesome faces, special effects on there. So I'm trying to get him to do that.
Oh my gosh, poor Sunshine. He brought up the compromising positions.
Paul Williams says, shut up, Derek, don't talk.
You gotta watch the playback for that one.
But I'm trying to get this guy to dress up because he looks really cool. Some of them are pretty scary that he does, but we might just go simple, and we don't know. I know I won't dress up as much because I'm allergic to makeup, so I get like really sick when I put like white, even the non-allergenic, hypoallergenic makeup. I got really sick on it, so I'm allergic to anything that I put on my face. So I won't be doing it, but I can do something. Well, maybe it's what would be really scary is for us to wear Speedos.
That's worse than scary makeup. No.
So yeah,
Paul Welga said, "Dress up, Gregory."
your mom said that's how I know Greg. Yeah. So that's gonna be a couple of weeks. We're gonna be featuring some Halloween information. We're gonna be talking about what
It'll
they're
be
doing
our
at
first
Disneyland.
Halloween show, so we don't
Hope to
quite
make
know
it fun.
what we're gonna do yet, but we'll try
It will
to
be
make it
Halloween
fun with lighting and everything. Hopefully, you'll be able to see us. So we can't make it too dark without
No,
you being able to see us. So.
It should just be a fun, kind of festive party night, just easygoing, relaxing. Not really a whole lot to talk about, just really to and celebrate our first year that we've been going, because October 9th was our first year. And then next week we are going to be talking about for our Anchors Away segment, which means that we are doing cruise.
Paul said, "Geesh, guys, makeup, compromising positions, and Speedos." I know. What do we do in our downtime? You don't want to know.
Yes.
No?
We're going to talk about how we prepare for our cruise, because we have 3 cruises booked, and we are looking at. I saw Rob Brent earlier had mentioned about organizing a group cruise. We're really friends with Bruce from Traveling with Bruce. And we talked about on that channel about doing a group cruise. So we're looking at doing that. So Robert Brandt has, I think Tom Henry voted him the vice president or something like that. So we're looking at doing that as a possibility.
Awesome. Awesome, Sherry C. Coos. I was trying to say your name and I got awesome. It'll be part of her birthday, so that's cool. Our Halloween show.
Yeah. So I didn't see that one.
It's because it's brand new. It's a brand new comment.
Apparently I'm really slow. Oh yeah, is that my birthday? Awesome.
Ross Merrill Tour Services. I can help with a group cruise if you need other avenues.
There you go. Thank you. So we're going to tell you what we look at from possible itineraries, what kind of interests us, what rooms we book, why we booked a certain room. So people who might have never gone on a cruise before, just some things to consider. So Lalita, you guys maybe see will have us. There you go.
So I'm told that I should say this. So I will say, sorry. So I'll say, James Charles, we would love you to join us. Don't know who that is, but I'm giving a shout out. So everybody's welcome. But that's a shout out to James Charles. It is not on there.
Oh, all right.
So yeah.
Yes, that would be cool. So some of the other
Tries to call.
Traveling with Bruce, Lalito Loca,
Bruce?
Cruising with Wills, Bruce. Probably Mike that messed us up. I think we're back now. I bet you Mike messed us up. Sorry, guys.
We're back.
James. Okay, maybe we're on the whole time and it was our phone that was messed up. So I think that's about it, guys. So thank you for you joining us again. If you are new to our channel, please consider subscribing to us.
Thank you, that empty nest life. We appreciate you coming on here.
Yes, definitely. And anything else, Greg, that you want to add besides me turning another year older this Saturday? Yay!
Nope.
Thanks,
just
Aaron.
Hope that you have a fun
Good night.
trip. Sorry I can't be there on this trip, but we'll do something fun. And next Wednesday will be our Anchors Away show.
So we're excited about that.
We'll be having some cruise topics.
Some fun cruise topics, always fun. And then we also have
the
dreaded Speedo topic that we talk about.
Night, Active. I didn't even see Active on here before, did you?
She's been off and on. But
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wait, what did you just say about Speedos again?
We got to talk about our Speedos.
No, we don't need to talk about Speedos. They're like human slingshots.
Exactly. Thanks, guys. I hope you had some fun. I hope you had some laughs. Thank you.
Oh, more sunshine. You said happy birthday, Derek.
I won't say my age, so we'll just
Well, you don't look it anyway, so
mum's the word.
It doesn't matter anyway.
Cargo, we might, because for the... she asked if we need any help with the fish extenders. Yeah, because that would be awesome. We would love to reach out to you on that. So Thank you guys. Everyone's saying good night. Thank you. My birthday, my 21. Yeah.
He get passed for late 30s. Actually, everybody says that. So you don't look your age at all.
Thank you guys. And as we end, as we always like to pay homage to Walt Disney. Remember,
We are just getting started. Have a good night, everybody.
Night.